Yep, perfect. Go for it.
Awesome. I'm sharing my screen.
And at the end of this, I want to talk to you a little bit about pricing.
Sure. Okay. So the way that we use it is, okay, this is, so I have three people, or you could say three teams. So one is for the development kind of work, one is content writing kind of work, and one is product marketing, right? And each of these are different boards, uh, right? And I have something like status on the development work, and also have something like effort estimation to kind of get a sense of what I can do quickly, what will take more time, right? Now
Okay.
in the I have one Kanban which we use for prioritization, right? So here what we do is, so typically we don't use swim lanes on this. It's more like this.
Okay.
So we'll just reorder blank low. So typically critical, high, medium, low, right? And can't not keep the done one here. So this is the view that we use to prioritize, right? And we also try to put the, so here you can customize which
Yeah.
fields you want to see. So based on the effort, uh, and typically also based on like something is important, something like we notice that customers are asking more, or
Hmm.
if we feel that okay, if we build this, there is a good chance that we can address more use cases, right? So based on that, we kind of move things from a development, sorry, a thing, blank priority to one of these, critical, high, medium, low, right? So this is something that I do on a weekend. It's more like a solo activity. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't involve others, and then get a sense of prioritization, right? And
Okay.
during the task assignment, what I have is a view like this. Uh, so here we use the swim lanes, where I have swim lanes for each person, right? So vertically I split by status, and then horizontal I split by person, right? So what this allows is for
Oh,
each
okay.
team member to say, okay, this person says during this sprint or stand-up meeting, this person says, okay, these are the things that were assigned to me, and this is the
Hmm.
status, right? So you can grow from person to person, each of them, instead of using the filter. So one thing I recommend is, if you
Oh, I like that.
find yourself using filters frequently, because
Hmm.
one thing that we notice is people who don't use swim lanes, they might keep filtering by different people, and when somebody
Yeah.
else opens and sees, they think that, oh, something has changed, right? uh, uh, they keep seeing different things all the time. So instead
Hmm.
of that, if you find yourself filtering by something very frequently, recommend that you use instead swim lanes and group it by swim lanes, right?
Uh,
So this
and
is what
so,
we do. Yeah.
so you did the customize and you did status, and then the
So
other one is
here I
person.
selected
Okay.
divide vertically into swim lanes.
Got it.
So normally it was like this, right?
Right.
Then I
That's what
said
I have.
divide
Right.
vertically into swim lanes and
Oh,
selected
oh yeah.
people,
That'll
right?
be great.
So, and then you can use it for assignments. So let's say these are some tasks. Let's say I'll also put the priority here. In customize card fields, I'll put the priority, right? So I now know, okay, these are the critical things, right? So these need to be assigned to
Hmm.
someone. So I'll say, okay, this is what we are going to work on next. So this comes
Oh, you
here.
can drag it from one person to the other.
Right, yeah. So you can
Oh,
drag
that's
it
nice.
across swim lane lists, or you can also drag it across swim lanes. Uh,
Does it, when you do that, does it assign it that person's name?
yeah. So for example, here this I dragged and dropped here. So now this is assigned to this person.
Oh, awesome. So you don't have to even go back and it automatically assigns it behind the scenes.
Yes.
Nice. I like that.
So
That's
one thing that
already,
you'll
yeah.
probably keep in mind is there are some columns like status columns where you drag
Hmm.
and drop. and it changes. And there are
Hmm.
some columns like the assignee where you drag and drop and it adds. So for example, this one, right?
Oh, good. Yeah.
So let's say, for example, this particular task, upload new Kanban, this, right? Uh, when I drag and drop that, now you can see it's there in both, right? So it'll
Oh,
take
it's in
time to
both
update.
boards,
Yeah,
or it's in
it's in
both.
both
Uh,
swim lanes, right? So now that means this task is going to be performed by both.
yeah, yeah, perfect. That makes sense because I get that now when I do the Kanban review with some people. I have two people assigned to it, and then when I go and filter by the second person, I said, "Oh, geez, I already went over this task because the first
Right.
person went over it." Yeah. Okay.
Right. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. And rest is more in terms of the details of what are the things that you can filter by. So we've tried to add all the columns types. If there is some column type that you're specifically using and you don't find it here, let us know. We'll try to prioritize that in terms of the development.
Okay.
And then,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
That status up on the top, is
yeah,
that okay, that's just a grouping horizontally. So if you
yeah.
click on it, it doesn't do anything?
No, I ideally probably should. I think people expect it to show it
Right, right.
here or
That's
this
what,
part.
right.
That's in development, and but right now it doesn't do anything.
Okay. And then the other question I had, is there a limit as to how many boards I can have in this Kanban view?
So I think right now the limit is not from our end, but Monday puts some limit
Okay.
on how many boards you can connect. I think that depends on the plan that you're on.
Yeah, I think it's 20 if it's a pro plan, which is what we're
Yeah.
on. Okay, that's fine. And that's fine. And there's 50 if you're on the enterprise, but
Yeah.
no
So we are
no
working
issues
on a
there.
different view as well. Like that will not be a dashboard, but that will work separately. I think once we launch that, you'll not have this limitation on the number of boards.
Okay, excellent. Anything else you want to show me that I may be missing?
Just think it through. If you make
If
use of
not,
sub items, I think that's
yes.
another thing that while filtering, a lot of people ask us this. So I'm showing like here you select item level, and if say I only
Oh, I
want to
like
see
that.
sub items or top level items,
Can
you
I
can do
add an
that.
item here?
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. So I think that's an important thing I missed out. So let's say here, uh, uh, now when I click here, it shows these three boards, right? So for example, here again, some statuses might be present on some boards and some statuses
Hmm.
may not be present on some board. For example, this stuck is present on all these three boards, right?
Right,
Whereas this clear is uh, only present on, right? That's also present on all three. So let's say some things, some statuses, if they're not present on a board, that will not show up here, right?
right.
And let's say I can select this. Let's say I want to add an item here. Then I select the group in which I want to add, and
Ah,
then
okay.
you add this. Or if you want to add it as a sub item, you'll need to select the parent item.
Sure, sure. Okay,
Yeah, so we can do that.
okay.
And like once you add one, you can add more here.
And then is there, can you click into it for the details of it?
Yeah, so you
If
can
not the
just
one, okay.
uh, can click on anyone, and then
Ah,
you
perfect.
can see the details. And so again, this is in a paid plan.
Right, right.
So the free plan is limited to read-only kind of view.
Ah,
Uh,
that's why. Okay. And then how about the update part? So if I'm in this particular card, can I click on update to
yeah, you
update that
can make
particular?
any change. Update in the sense changing here, right?
No, I mean updates like the tab updates in Monday. So if
I
you go to
can.
the task in
Okay.
a task in the
So
main,
here, if you click on this
that's
chat
it.
thing,
Oh,
here
perfect.
you
That's
get
what I
that.
wanted. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. That's what I wanted.
Again,
Okay.
this is also in a paid plan.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have. I think I saw it. Okay. So let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Can we go to the pricing real quick?
Uh,
Um,
yeah. I think pricing.